This story was posted by Reddit user Pinche Avocado. So we're going to call her Carmen. Carmen's sighting occurred back in 2013 at the end of summer when she was 20 years old. And she's never been real hip on folklore or horror movies and doesn't watch horror movies still to this day because they kind of mess with her head. So what she saw, she had nothing to base it off of, zero frame of reference. So she thought she was crazy for a while. This happened at her parents' house out in the country. They have a couple of acres of land with almond orchards as far as the eye can see. Hundreds of acres surrounding the house. About 4 miles away, there's a good-sized river with lots of canal running everywhere. Carmen's family grows weed, the devil's lettuce, and it's about time to harvest it. So on this night, her dad and uncle are going to be gone, so they put her cousin and his friends in charge of watching over the crop. Carmen decides to tag along because this is the perfect opportunity to hang out with her cousin's friend, who she is totally crushing on. So the whole gang's out there for maybe a couple of hours. They hear some kind of ruckus out in the orchards. It's pretty loud for a couple of seconds, and it doesn't sound like any animals they know. It dies down, but they wait for a few minutes to go to check it out. They pick 2 people to stay while the rest head out to go find out what's going on. It's a full moon out that night, almost like daytime. Everything is lit up and it's easy to see. Now, orchards usually have a few dirt paths that are almost like roads to make it easier to move around the machines and the sprayers and stuff. So they pick one and start walking. Carmen squats down every now and then so she can see under the tree line, looking for any people or cars that aren't supposed to be there. And there's nothing. They're about 2 orchards in without finding anything and decide to head back. That's when Carmen gets the worst feeling in her gut. It's like this primal fear that makes her want to run, but she's frozen. She turns her head, and about 4 or 5 rows to her right, she sees this thing. It's tall and gangly, about 7 or 8 feet tall, and walking parallel to them. She can see the profile of its face and can make out sunken cheeks and what looks like a deep, hollow eye socket. Its skin is a grayish white, and the texture reminds her of dolphin skin. It was flesh and bones, but not in a starving way, more like that's how it's naturally built. Carmen doesn't know why, but it never once looks at her. She really wants to run, but she's afraid that if she does, this thing is going to chase her. And she doesn't say anything to anybody else because she knows that they're kind of a rowdy group that's usually itching for a fight. And she doesn't want them to run after it because she has no idea if this thing is dangerous or not. So she just stays quiet and walks a little closer to her friends. They round a corner and the thing disappears from Carmen's view. Since then, she's questioned herself a lot. Did she really see what she thinks she saw? But her conclusion is always, yes, I did. Because she can vividly remember seeing the changing shadows on its face while it walked through the trees. Carmen hasn't seen one since, and she hopes she never does. Makes her question what else is out there, and she doesn't want to find out.